Hey guys, Henry here, back with another video. Hope the weather's nice with you. It's really good finally in London, really hot. I've literally just got a little vest on underneath this and I already feel pretty warm with this light on me, as well as the extra layer, so we'll see how we get on. Might have to shred some layers. I thought today we could do a video talking about some menswear brands that I think you need to know about this year. I think there's so many new emerging brands having like a real buzz and moment at the minute that it's really crucial to sort of show support and show love where you can. It's really tricky with how retail stores are going out of business and how loads of retailers are cutting back, so these brands ultimately need to really champion direct-to-consumer methods to ensure that they're actually selling product half the time. So to start off, I feel like I've talked about this brand a few times and I've shown off some pieces I have from them as well. Andersson Bell is an amazing brand right now and is something that I'd recommend all people get involved in, simply because it transcends trends or specific, I guess, looks. There's a lot going on there that can cater to a lot of different people's preferences. They've got some more technical pieces, they've got some more refined, I guess, minimal looks, and then they've got really flamboyant, colourful stuff as well. So it's a relatively new brand on the scene, started in 2014. It's founded by Do-Hyun Kim, and the designer blends the sort of Scandi and Korean fashion in a really interesting way, and I think that's how you can see minimalist as well as maximalist stuff entwined within the pieces that they make. It's a really interesting design language and very seamless that they've managed to create, and that's why I think that you can sort of delve and chop into the brand as much as you like. There's something there for everyone. I love the attention to detail that they put in many of their pieces. They're not just a bland piece, they'll add something extra or add something unique that makes it that bit better, and there always seems to be something going on that's a little bit extra, a little bit of extra detail, and it just makes it stand out that bit more next to an alternative from a competitor. They always use a mixture of fabrications as well as finishes and silhouettes to create really interesting and unique pieces, and I'd argue it's probably one of the most all-encompassing brands out there, and I think that's why you can find something for anybody in their brand. I feel like I could find something for my dad as well as my mum from Andersson Bell. I also think there's something there for every occasion. There's smart, more formal looks as well as really casual stuff. Their denim's strong, their shirting's a really good category, and their outerwear and just general t-shirts as well is really good. I also have this amazing Western style jacket, which I think really shows off the details that they include and how extra a piece can look. So I don't know how well it's showing up on the hanger here. I'll add some footage as well of me actually wearing it. But as you can see, just all the extra frayed detailing and loose threads on it is really nice. It really reminds me of like a Bora Bora jacket from Japan or from Capital, and I just love all the paneling on it. It's a really heavy, thick, good quality wool finish too. I love how it just slowly starts to stress in that little bit, all on the details. It's just so unique, and I always get so many compliments on it. I think the colour's really good too. I think they did it in a bright green also, which of course is another very standout, outlandish piece that you can see all those extra details on it. Another really special piece I have from the brand is this lovely knit, which again, has this, if you can see it up close there, and I'll show some more close-up footage of it, these sort of loose multicolored threads coming out of the knit. It's a really nice, airy yet high quality knit. I don't know if that makes sense. It's quite stretchy, and it also has this really cool sort of exposed seam detailing that runs across the arm and the back of it. And again, it's just what could ordinarily be quite a plain, just green jumper. They've added these details, which they don't have to do. Definitely is more difficult, more time consuming to make it, but it just makes it that bit better. But yeah, a great brand. I really would recommend that you check it out. Their runways are really interesting too, and they do both menswear and women's wear, and I think they ensure that the clothing throughout all their collections really invokes intrigue and interest, so definitely check them out. The next one up is Y Project. I think rightfully so, Glenn Martin's been getting a lot of attention at the minute. The sort of revolution he's done at Diesel and bringing them back into the fruition and making them actually profitable again is really interesting, and surely is a great example of how good a designer he is. But before that, he did almost the same at Y Project. Before he was there, it was very almost Rick-esque in the way they made product, and he came on board and just managed to really create its own design language, make it something that stands on its own and isn't just a replica of something else. There's been a big surge in popularity for the brand recently, I think, and especially after the recent showcase as opposed to a runway they had for their Autumn 24 collection, as it had some amazing celebrity features, the likes of Charlie XCX, Mia Khalifa, and even had a feature from Ye himself. So naturally you can see that it's popular with those people people, and Ye and Bianca have been seen wearing countless pieces from their jewelry and their main line, so it's definitely something that he enjoys. And whilst I don't agree with a lot of his opinions and a lot of things he does, I really do think he knows what's hot in fashion, so definitely one to keep on your radar. Glenn also really is known for pushing the boundary with his pieces, and some to note are the likes of the banana jeans or the wire jeans. The wire jeans are so interesting. He did a denim jacket to match them, but they have this wire running throughout the piece that allows you to really create a different silhouette every time you wear them by bending and changing the way the wire is sat in the denim. And then also we can't ignore the invisible strap tops he's done this season. I remember seeing them in his showcase imagery, and you can't actually pick up where the straps are. I had to go into a store to sort of see them in person, and you'd be surprised how hard it is to actually see these invisible straps. So it really creates something that somebody is going to find their eyes focused on. It's very eye-catching, and I definitely recommend you check them out. I think they look great on women. I don't have the confidence to do it as a guy. I've seen some guys wearing them and look amazing with them. So it's definitely something to have a look at if you just want to see these little tweaks that can be done to make a piece just stand out that bit more. The invisible straps just, of course, make you have a double take moment, and that's sometimes what you want in fashion, and I think that's what Y Project is all about. I think through their use of Trompe Wall and printing on pieces, especially you could see this in their Jean Paul Gaultier collaboration. It really is a brand trying to spin people's head around, make people have a double take, make people care about what you're wearing. So it's definitely something for someone who wants to stand out and be that bit more flamboyant. Once again, if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, drop a like on the video, it helps out a great deal. And as well, I'd love for you to drop a comment and let me know if there's any brands that I've missed out that you really like, and let's get a bit of a discussion going on. So as mentioned with the banana jeans, I actually have a pair myself. I think they're amazing. I've just got this sort of wash black colour, but I know that there's other colours that they do are really strong. My girlfriend has the pair in light blue and pink over dye that I really wanted but couldn't find in my size for that season. But these just, again, create a really unique look through the paneling that runs down the leg. I think I've shown them in some other videos, but I'll make sure to include some footage of me wearing them. They're just really big, obnoxious, and you just wear them with a big pair of boots or something even more sleek, and just a little vest or layer up with them, and it just looks great. I really can't stress how important I think these are in my wardrobe to allow me to just express myself differently. And regardless of the look I'm ever going for, they always elevate the way I look and make me look better because of that different nature to them. Next up, I have a bit of a more smaller brand, maybe something that isn't on your radar that you should check out, and it's Charlie Constantinou, or Constantinou, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but I think that's the way you do. So he's a recent hit from Central St. Martin's, graduating in 2022, and his collections are already hitting big retailers, and the sort of success and attention he's getting is definitely justified. Technical fabrications and compositions are at the heart of his brand. I think it's definitely one that almost got swept up in that Gorp core trend that really popped off, but I think that also doesn't give his work the credit it deserves. It sits standalone, separate to Gorp core, and is really, really unique. He combines things like modular design as well as technical hardware that really just makes a piece look very, very cool, and it also looks very, very futuristic in the way that he makes the pieces. I think his work is really reminiscent of Junya Watanabe, Raf Simons and undercover work in the past, and I think that's definitely something that he takes influence from. I'm a particular fan of the compression knit tops he's done this season. Just incorporating that different paneling makes them that bit more interesting for something that is quite a plain piece otherwise with vests. I also find his addition of zips on the trousers and jacket combo that he's done this season and last really, really fun. I think that can just create some really interesting looks and outfits. So naturally, I admire these pieces a lot too, because I think with trousers and jackets, it's quite easy to just do something plain, and by really trying to mess with the way that it sits on body and hardware and different things, like I've mentioned, those zip paneling, it really just helps create something, give a bit more glitz and glamour to something that can be quite boring and refined in this day and age. Next up, I've got another real gem for you with JLal. JLal is another newer brand on the scene, another one that you could argue got swept up with the Gorp core trend, but again, I think that discredits his work by calling it Gorp core. It's so much more than that. So it's heavily focused on technical fabrics again, and the brand really grew in popularity with breathtaking pieces such as the armor jacket. Gives a matching pant for this, It's so amazing, so unique in a way of really making a piece look like futuristic armor that you would be wearing in some intergalactic war, for instance. I think the aesthetic he creates with his brand is very, very extraterrestrial, and is something you definitely anticipate people to be wearing on Mars or walking on the moon wearing. I also really like the colours he uses. I think this makes him stand out from other brands. It's never just monochromatic. He makes these really interesting hues of blues and greens that make them not too bright, but also not too subdued, that they stand out but aren't too in your face, and it allows the design and the construction of the piece to stand out rather than the colour. And additionally, I think he makes some amazing bags. I really like the Torsade or Torsade bag he's done this season, and it's one I really want to try and pick up in the sale. It's just a little bit too pricey for me right now. And I think you can see he's definitely getting the recognition he deserves, the collaborations with the likes of Hoka, who have been renowned for being, you know, at the forefront of that technical high fashion look for a long time. And it's definitely a brand I'm excited to see develop further and how far they can go, and I really want to see some more success from him. He definitely deserves it. This is another brand I've definitely mentioned before, Spencer Badu. It's another emerging designer who is getting the recognition, and it's rightfully deserved. Originating from Toronto, Spencer started the eponymous brand in 2015, and he creates unique ready-to-wear apparel which is literally cutting edge. The signature branding for it is this triangular cut-out area on the neckline, which is something that I love. A big part of the Spencer Badu brand is the essence of uniform, and creating these pieces that you can wear every day and become your uniform, almost a second layer of skin, but also stand out and make you look really interesting. I think calling it a uniform brand undermines the brand itself. The pieces are so cool. I love the vests they do with all the different cuts, just being a little bit more adventurous in the way that they sit and the way that they're cut, and it just creates a really refreshing take on menswear. A big problem I have with menswear at the minute is that they don't try and push the boundaries as much anymore. The main things I want to see them mess with that women's wear always seem to get is the silhouette, the cut, the way that a piece sits on body. That just helps create something unique and far more interesting than just whacking a conventional women's piece under the menswear label. But again, going back to those vests, I think the asymmetrical aspects that he utilizes in a lot of them, again, is a real testament of that unique silhouette he creates with the brand. And it makes products which you know and love already and already have in your wardrobe, already know you can wear and have confidence to wear, that bit more interesting and that bit more cutting edge that'll make you stand out from the next person. And onto the final brand in the mix, Sage Nation. It's another brand born out of London in 2020, similar to JLal. However, similar to JLal, it was born out of London in 2020, and they've managed to mix effortlessly both Japanese and British heritage under their apparel. I think the flowy, oversized silhouettes for me mimic that of the Japanese workers that you see on many mood boards nowadays. They've got the working tabby boot, they've got these really eccentric big pants. I think the way to really describe it is comfort and form perfectly entwined. Whenever I see someone wearing the brand, they look very cool in an effortless way and always look like they're very comfortable through the way that the pants and the tops fit. It's really nice. I definitely think the trousers are something they're known for. They're really good at using raw denim, and their pleated box trousers are some of their best pieces. But then their outerwear, especially this season, has been really cool. They've done a short and a jacket set, I think in like this deep navy, deep blue colour, has this really intricate and exciting detailing running across the seams of the shoulder. And I just think it's another brand where they add these small details that really make it stand out. I think combining those things together helps them create unique pieces that you need in your wardrobe. I guess to summarise, I think there's countless brands I've probably missed off, so I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments of what your favourite brands are right now, or brands you have on your radar and are keeping up with. There's always new ones popping up for me when Fashion Week comes around, and all it takes is a small article or a small exposure to them through a retail space or just shopping online, and suddenly I'm like, oh, I want to know more about them. And I'd love to know if you guys knew all about these brands or not, because I think sometimes with these videos it can come across almost a bit elitist in the way that you're like, these are brands I know about, and that's definitely not what I'm trying to do. I'm more just trying to bring some real attention to some brands I love and share it with you guys. So I'm signing off now, guys. That's it from me. Thanks for watching yet again, and I'll catch you in the next video.